It made me think about, it took 500,000 of us to get to Stardust and to get to Golden, and it took Dr. Curtis 5 minutes. I'd like to start this morning by quoting Dr. Curtis. He said, "Once the mind has expanded to another dimension, it cannot return to its original size." What a profound statement. So before I get started, I do want to thank several people. I'd like to thank Ida Ribick, Susan Buse, Karen Gage, Becky Bonar, Jan Perriman, Larry Combs, and Bob Goodwin, all their help and support. Also, I'd like to thank Beverly and Carla, my wife, for the support. But I've been loaned over 200 Dr. Curtis tapes. Thanks to Ida and her machine, I now have the ability to tape from cassette to hard drive 200 Dr. Curtis cassettes. Larry Combs provided the poster. We'll talk about that in a moment. Bob somewhere found the cape that I asked him to wear today, but he said no, he would not do it. So, well, first things first. Dr. Curtis, Dr. Donald Curtis, he was larger than life personality, there is no doubt. So you can see this was done in 1986 by artist Joe Grandi out of Pantego. He's a tremendous Western artist. Dr. Curtis had a very prolific acting career, and according to IMDb, which is the Internet Movie Database, he has over 121 credited roles. So I just threw this up here just because I kind of liked it and thought, well, these are the ones I could identify with. But first of all, his birth name was Curtis Rudolph. Date of birth, February 1915 in Cheney, Washington, and grew up around Spokane. Date of death was May 22nd, 1997 in Desert Hot Springs, California. His education and where he got his acting ability, he had a Master's of Art and Performance, Northwestern University in 1937. So his acting career began as he was finishing school, and he interned with other schools, but from 1940 to 1967. And one of the first ones he was in was 1940 Newt Rockney, All-American with Ronald Reagan. Spellbound, Alfred Hitchcock's Spellbound, Ingrid Bergman and Gregory Peck. 1955, a sci-fi thriller. There's a reason I've highlighted that. Let me just read this. The 1955 sci-fi thriller, It Came From Beneath the Sea, is highlighted because Dr. Curtis called this his favorite movie. The reason, in his own words, it was the only time I got the girl at the end of the picture. We'll see a clip from that in just a second, as well as some clips from the Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston. He also appeared in over a dozen B-Westerns where he mostly played the bad guy. I was telling my brother in Florida about this, and my brother Jim is a tremendous John Wayne guy. So he goes online, Jim goes online, he looks up Dr. Curtis. He says, I know that guy. He says, I know that guy. He wasn't bad. He was a villain. He was bad. So he's quite famous with my brother, at least in Westerns. So here's a clip from the original 1955 trailer, It Came From Beneath the Sea.
A tidal wave of terror engulfs the screen as a raging monster from the dawn of creation attacks the world of man.
Here, gentlemen, is your villain.
It would take an enormous number of those to disable a Navy submarine.
Or just one of enormous size, Mr. Chase.
In 1956, he appeared several times in the Ten Commandments, Cecil B. DeMille's Ten Commandments. I had always been told over the years that Dr. Curtis was a soldier and had a speaking role. Well, I looked and I looked and I looked and I could not find Dr. Curtis as a soldier speaking. So the more research I did, I found out that he was married, and he did have several speaking roles, which you will see every one of his speaking roles here in just a moment. But I also wanted to take a moment to read an interesting note from an article written by Catherine Ponder in the spring 2002 New Thought magazine. He, Dr. Curtis, eventually migrated to the West Coast, where he became a close friend and often the house guest of Dr. Ernest Holmes, his wife Hazel, with Mrs. Holmes acting as Curtis's practitioner. His major Hollywood film, among many in which he appeared, was The Ten Commandments, now a movie classic. The producer, Cecil B. DeMille, was delighted when the well-known Dr. Ernest Holmes, well-known in both Los Angeles social circles and by many of the Hollywood movie colony, asked to see the production of the Ten Commandments in action. Dr. Curtis made the arrangements and then accompanied Dr. Holmes on the visit with Cecil B. DeMille. So with that, let's take a look at his clips.
This woman drew me from the Nile and set my feet upon the path of knowledge. Merid, bring a chair to our table for the daughter of Pharaoh.
There is a great light that shines from your face, Moses. Perhaps someday I shall come to understand it.
He is God's messenger, Princess.
This is the bread of haste that you will remember this night from generation to generation, forever.
They are my people.
All are God's people.
My litter can carry him.
I am poured out like water. My strength dried up into the dust of death.
We shall plant your fig tree in the new land.
Children shall eat of its fruit.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
They will stop for me.
Charging chariot knows no rank.
Gather your families and your flocks. We must go with old speakers.
Okay, you've now officially seen his speaking clips in the Ten Commandments. That's it. We all know now. Now that was his film, his motion picture history. Television, 1949 is where I could find the first television show he's in. He also was in Father's Knows Best, Loretta Young, Perry Mason. It just goes on and on, 121 credited roles. 64 through 66, he kind of got back into acting again and was in My Three Sons, The Beverly Hillbillies, Get Smart, Petticoat Junction. And then in 1967, he retired from acting to go into ministry full time after he appeared as a billionaire, which is perfect for him, on a Girl from Uncle episode. So let's see if you recognize this.
If you don't mind, shh. How's it look? Huh? Oh, afternoon, all you good folks out there in television land. I'm Curly Robbins, the host of your magnificent multi-million-dollar movie matinee. Today, old Curly's got a good one for you. Conway Turl and Mae Marsh and, Oh, I'm sorry. They haven't finished showing that one over at the county seat TV station. We got an English mystery for you. And this portion is brought to you through the courtesy of the Pixley Diner. And here's today's special. First of all, we have a choice of soup, salad, beverage. Then we have a tender, succulent porterhouse steak. And then we have steaming hot baked potato. And then we have corn on the cob dripping with butter. And yummy chocolate cake. Complete dinner, 49 cents.
49 cents? Yeah. He raised the prices.
Well, I had a lot of fun digging these out, I gotta tell you. The Beverly Hillbillies episode with Jethro Bodine as double-aught spy was pretty hilarious. So now you've seen a brief glimpse of his acting career, and now we'll take a look at what happened and how he got to where we are today. During his acting, which started in 1940, from 1949 to 53, he studied at the Science of Mind. He studied Science of Mind at the First Church of Religious Science in New York City, again, as he was acting. 53, became an ordained minister of the Church of Religious Science, and then in 54 moved to Santa Barbara Church of Religious Science. We went to New York to Los Angeles, back to Los Angeles. These last two are highlighted because it affects us. It's, again, who we are. It's our history. In 1968, Dr. Curtis became the minister of the First Church of Religious Science in Dallas. In 1970, the Unity Church of Practical Christianity on Greenville Avenue merged with the First Church of Religious Science, and Dr. Donald Curtis became senior minister of the new Unity Church of Dallas. Now, that's what it says on our website. There's some questions in there right now. I'm finding out about the actual date, the years, but bottom line, this is the history, and this is how he became minister of Unity Church of Dallas. So, Dr. Curtis, from 1970 to 1992, served as our senior minister. And yes, I am saying Unity Church of Dallas because that's what it was while he was here, during his tenure. During that time, he produced 5 Minutes That Will Change Your Life on WRR Radio. He had also done some work with KVIL and WFAA. Dr. Curtis authored 30 books on self-improvement, metaphysics, and New Thought. And in 1987, he was on Oprah Winfrey discussing the true meaning of New Age. And in 1992, Dr. Curtis left and moved to Desert Hot Springs. So let's listen to another cut.
Monday, May 27th. Welcome again to 5 Minutes That Will Change Your Life. This is Donald Curtis from the Unity Church of Dallas on Forest Lane. Unity, your way to richer, fuller living. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. Brothers, all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let peace begin with me. Let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. On this Memorial Day, we spend the day in remembering those who have gone on in the service of their country, and we spend the day along with the many outer diversions which come from a holiday. We spend the day in thoughtfulness and thinking about establishing peace within ourselves, to think peace, to feel peace, to say peaceful things, to do peaceful things, to be peace. And it would not be amiss today to spend some time in prayer, inner thoughtfulness, surrounding all of mankind with love and with peace and with blessings. Because you know that we are the human family, 6 billion of us. We are learning to live in peace. Despite the most recent conflict, we are closer to peace now, perhaps, than we have ever been. Even though there still remain unresolved difficulties in various parts of the world, there has come a realization into the hearts and minds and souls of everyone that love and peace, quietude, understanding, all of these together form the consciousness of peace, which lead us to inner peace and outer peace. When you pray today, or in your quiet time of thoughtfulness, bring forward one of the most ancient of all prayers, the Gayatri. O thou who givest sustenance to the universe, from whom all things proceed, and to whom all things return, unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, hidden by a disk of golden light, that we may know the truth and do our full duty as we journey to thy sacred feet. From the Sanskrit, probably the most ancient of all prayers, let it be a guide for you on this day of peace.
Can you imagine 6:45 in the morning hearing that? It's wonderful. As mentioned earlier, Dr. Curtis wrote 30 books. Those are, of course, just a few of them. Carla and I have used Daily Power for Joyful Living before, and if you get an opportunity and can find it online, it's great. It's a 30-day step, 40 steps to self-mastery. It's a 30-day program in this. I wholeheartedly recommend you try to find it. And lastly is our final 5 minutes that will change your life segment. Original air date, February 12, 1990. Salutation to the dawn, just for today.
Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty, for yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation of the dawn. Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to 5 Minutes That Will Change Your Life. This is Donald Curtis from the Unity Church of Dallas on Forest Lane. Unity, your way to richer, fuller living. And we have just heard the salutation to the dawn from the Sanskrit, one of the most ancient of all prayers. And today we're talking about the best day you have ever had. Think about this. Just for today, I will try to live through this day only and not tackle my whole life problem at once. I can do something for 12 hours that would appall me if I felt that I had to keep it up for a lifetime. Just for today, I will be happy. This assumes to be true what Abraham Lincoln said, that most folks are just about as happy as they make up their minds to be. Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to my own desires. I will take my luck as it comes and fit myself to it. Just for today, I will try to strengthen my mind I will study. I will learn something useful. I will not be a mental loafer. I will read something that requires effort, thought, and concentration. Just for today, I will exercise my soul in 3 ways. I will do somebody a good turn and not get found out. If anybody knows about it, it will not count. I will do at least 2 things I don't want to do, just for exercise. I will not show anyone that my feelings are hurt. They may be hurt, but today I will not show it. Just for today, I will be agreeable. I will look as well as I can, dress becomingly, talk low, act courteously, criticize not one bit, not find fault with anything, and not try to improve or regulate anybody except myself. Just for today, I will have a program. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have it. I will save myself from 2 pests, hurry and indecision. Just for today, I will have a quiet half hour all by myself and relax. During this half hour sometime, I will try to get a better perspective of my life. Just for today, I will be unafraid. Especially, I will not be afraid to enjoy what is beautiful and to believe that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me. There we have Just for Today. This is Donald Curtis. Have a great day.
That's it. That's it. It's bookends. I started first and got up and went back, and now Robin. It's perfect. So on May 17th, we started this journey by bringing in previous ministers. It's been about 6 months now. It began as an idea to bring back congregants who hadn't been here for a while, hoping that they would come back and stay. But you know, what really happened is what I've been calling a divine unintended consequence. During this time, we've had healing from congregants, members that have been here. We've had healing from ministers who had come and left. One of the ministers that when I was taking them back to the airport had said that this was the best day of their life because they never thought they'd be back on this stage and have closure, and was crying. So, we've had every previous minister back but 2. Marshall Norman, who recently retired from Unity of Madison, Wisconsin, and is retiring to Mexico, he and Shanti, his wife. And the other, Roy Healy, who I couldn't find. I don't know where he is. So we have now finished and paid tribute to Dr. Curtis. So every minister and teacher who has ever entered this building has taught us something and brought us to where we are now. We've acknowledged our past, and we are in the process of now selecting our new senior minister to lead us forward. It is time to go forward. So with that, you'll see a list of the past senior ministers here. Oh, I didn't get Debbie Tyson. My bad. But this is who we've had. This is Unity of Dallas. So take a moment and enjoy this tribute. Thank you.